Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101, and today I have the pleasure to be interviewing the Miss highly successful and multi-talented Miss Constance Carter. She deals in financial solutions and coaching, motivational speaking, rapping, and real estate. Good morning, Miss Carter.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing awesome. We're going to get into this interview right after this. Feel like I put on a whole bottle of sweat or baby oil. All of a sudden, I just had a flash. But anyway, I think, a lot of times when people would really want to know someone who is highly successful, who's written books, did motivational speaking, started their own real estate company, as well as looking for loans. How did you get started? Like, what's your background?
So started in real estate. I got married at 20.
It's on your financial journey.
Okay. So I got married 22, bought a house at 23, had a baby at 23. And, I real estate really just interested me. After I figured that it's something that I was able to do, I wanted to help everybody else do the same. So I really kind of just helped, my family members. Nobody in my home, my family owned homes. Not really before I owned a home. And then I just started kind of like, hey, if I could do it, you can too. And then it was like, this is something that I really can do. And I looked at it in a way that wasn't really about the sales aspect of it, but was really about transformational. And how can I help people, build generational wealth? And that was my thing from the very beginning. I can go back to an email I sent to everybody when I first got my license. And it was like, how can you, how can I help them? I just want to help people. I just want to help people like me. I want to help people who didn't think that they could, who had a possibility, who thought there was a possibility for them to be able to do it. And here I am, 23 years old, homeowner. I know if I could do it, everybody else could do it. So I just really wanted to help people. And it started from there. And I built my whole career off of just helping people, just coming with that mindset. And I teach my agents the same thing, that, if you can help somebody else, you always gonna eat. Don't look at it like you're selling them something, but look at it as you're serving them and you're really helping to change somebody's life. And I mean,
definitely.
Yeah, that's going to be the thing for you. That's the key.
So you owned your own home at 23. I didn't own my own home until I was around, I want to say 27.
Oh, that's still good.
I thought I should own my home around 25. I thought I'd be owning my own home. But how did you get in to owning your home so young? How did you provide for that?
I had a job. I didn't go to college. I got a PhD, a public high school diploma. So I started off.
I didn't. Okay, go ahead. Public high school diploma. Okay, yeah, that's a new one for me.
I started in corporate America really young. So I always was very credit conscious, just from childhood, growing up, hearing my parents saying what they couldn't do or have because of bad credit. And so I didn't know what bad credit was, but I just knew it was ruining our lives. And so from then on, I made sure that I took care of my business. And I just, kind of put myself in a position. I didn't really know about buying a house, but my husband, he was like, we should buy a house. And I was like, okay. So that's kind of how that happened. He was more conscious about owning a home ownership. And I just took care of the business to make it happen. And it just kind of happened.
Where are you originally from?
San Jose, California. What about you?
San Jose, California. Excuse me?
Where are you from?
DC.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, but I live in Texas now because after 20 years in the military, I was like, I'm not going back to
You DC. Can't do DC? I like DC. I'm actually in the process of
I love DC. It's a lot of Black culture there that I absolutely love. But when it comes to real estate, and since we're on the topic of real estate and really building anything, and being a veteran, I was in the military for 20 years. So being a veteran also has helped me with all the different benefits that being in Texas actually provides. So
I'm buying some property in DC as we speak.
Really?
Yeah, for my daughter. My daughter is
now actually in DC or part of the DMV area?
We're looking in both. So we're looking in DC. She wants to be in DC, but of course, you get more bang for your buck depending on which side you want. So she wants to be in Virginia, but Maryland, it might be a little bit more cost effective for her. Mm-hmm. So I told her, listen, we are going to live our best life. She's like, Mom, you are not going to be here. Yes, we are. This is our house. So I'm excited.
and I know for sure that to get inside the DC market, it's kind of similar to the Seattle market where you damn near need $1 million to start looking for property. So,
it's tough. It is tough.
It's pretty tough. I'm from that area, and believe me, a majority of the Black people that live in that area when it comes to real estate have moved out. Well, I won't say moved out. They've been essentially pushed out because of the rise in price and, of course, unfortunately, gentrification. But nonetheless, it's a seller's market nationwide right now, and I'm thinking that was propelled by the pandemic. But essentially, how should people navigate the real estate market right now, in your opinion?
It is a seller's market. Don't give up, I would say, because I think, a lot of people think that we're at the height of the market. The market's going to crash and all this stuff. Markets are cyclical, so they always go up and down. So yeah, you're going to see, what goes up must come down, but it'll go back up again. And what we haven't seen, what's unique, with the prices being at where they are, is the interest rates are at lower than they've been ever. And so if you can get into a home, you can afford the home. Don't worry about it crashing as long as you can afford a home, because either you're going to rent or you're going to own and know that the property is going to go back up in value and just ride the puppy out. So, the thing about it, people sometimes don't understand, like if you were to buy a house today with a, say, 2% interest rate, right? Say you bought it at $400,000 and say in a couple of years, the interest rates went up, the prices went down. So now that $400,000 is worth $350,000, but your interest rate is 5%. You're going to pay more for that new house that's $350,000 than you are going to pay for the $400,000, because you're paying more in interest overall. And so your payment is also going to be higher. So if you can afford something, if there's something out there that you like, go ahead and buy it. Don't be afraid of it. I'm buying real estate all over the place, and I'm not afraid that it's going to go down, because I'm buying it because I can afford to own it. And if I can't afford it, then I don't need to be buying it. So I just say, do it. Get yourself in order. I have books on credit, and, and that seems to be the challenge in our community a lot of times, is the credit, but that's something that you can overcome. If you have a job, you can own a home. And I really, truly believe that.
A lot of times people try to time the market, even in real estate, of course, with investing, which I never am a proponent of. But should they time the market when as though they should go out and buy a house? Because, like, take, for instance, my house, when I first purchased it this 1 year ago, I paid $394. Now it's worth $560.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So with that information that is now in a seller's market, should people get inside the market and buy a home, or should they wait till they cool off?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Like, even if it cools off, if the rates go up, you're going to pay more for the house at a lower price if the interest rates are higher. So if you can afford right now to own a home, as long as you can afford it, even when the market goes down, even if the market goes down, you're okay. Look at real estate as an investment, yes, but also look at it as if you're going to stay there, look at it as a place to stay. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Guys, for those of you who are just joining me, I'm with Constance Carter, who has built essentially a financial empire by doing many different things. And to get more familiar with her, I have a little treat for you guys we're going to share with you. This is her video. Let me make sure I get this banner right here for you guys, and let's get into this video very quickly. Can we hear that?
Yeah, it's CC, CEO. Wanna change your life? Come see me, yo. I'ma teach you how to build up wealth for your family, not just for yourself. I'm a bestseller, a house flipper, a businesswoman, a go-getter, a big investor, a gold builder that can teach you to get richer like millions, baby. You really about to fill your savings. You about to have multiple streams to pass your children, baby. Let me teach you to get your credit on track in the long run. You'll make it all back at Catalyst, and watch it all cycle. You're black on firm, but we ain't all black. Your two, and your two. Then we got you. Yeah, we got you. Yeah, we got you. If you got your two, and your two. Yeah, you. Then we got you. Yeah, we got you. Yeah, we got you. 2 years taxes, 2 months bank, 2 pay stubs. You ain't even gotta worry about HUD. Cause if you got your two, and your two. Yeah, you. Then we got you. Yeah, we got you. Last but never least.
Now, I don't know what occurred right there. The video just blanked out. I have no idea.
I gave you the wrong version.
That was
the wrong version.
You sent me that version.
I gave you the wrong version.
That was MC Carter for you guys. But anyway, I'm here with Constance Carter. She deals in financial solutions, lending, as well as she's an author. Can we talk about some of your books now?
Absolutely.
Sure. Let's talk about those books you have. The one that I'm most intrigued about is Breaking the Broke Code. Can you tell us more about that particular book?
The secret to breaking the broke code. That's this.
Oh wow, she had it on. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I actually did a class yesterday. They actually sitting on my coffee table. I did a class yesterday for boys. But I just really talk about what it takes to manifest whatever you want in this world. 10 years ago, 11 years ago now, I was bankrupt. I was cars repossessed, short sold property, and down to a 379 credit score. And so essentially what I believe is, using your hardships as a blueprint to help other people. And so I use those things. I talk about those things that I've been through, how I got over, how today, I own the largest African-American owned real estate firm in California. I'm a cannabis investor. I'm a real estate investor. I'm a commercial investor. I also have a co-working space, but it's through those hardships that I went through. And I just talk about, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, the things that I'd gone through, but they were necessary and essential for me to make it to the other side. So that's what's in the book. It's just like a motivating and encouraging. And, somebody texted me the other day, it was like, I just bought the book. And he was like, you encouraged me to do something. I forgot he was a DJ. You encouraged me to DJ a salsa joint. I was like, hey, bet, whatever works.
Whatever works.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
does the word broke mean anything? I see that you have little periods. Does the word broke mean anything?
Yeah, it's an acronym. The B in broke is having the belief. And belief, not just like believing in God or believing in yourself, but believing that you deserve everything that this world has to offer. When I was 7 in Sunday school, my auntie was my Sunday school teacher. I went to this small church in Milpitas, California, where my uncle was a pastor. And my aunt told me when I was 7 that, you could do or be or have anything that you want because God loves you the same, better than anybody, but, worse than anybody. And I said, even the president of the United States. And she said, even the president of the United States. So I believed at that point. I always believed in God. I believed in myself, but I started believing that I deserved to have whatever I wanted to have. And so I've lived my life thinking that, hey, I'm as good as the president of the United States. I can do or be or whatever I want to. So that belief that you deserve it is essential. The R in breaking the broke code is being ready to receive. And when I talk about that, I talk about, like me filing bankruptcy. As I mentioned, I did file bankruptcy making over $200,000 a year. I was making a bunch of money. Still I had more month than money. Right. And so I was not ready to receive. I was not the right person.
I've used that term before, having more month than money.
Yes. I mean, it happens. And so, making that type of money and still not having enough money, it's just a mindset shift. And so when those opportunities came for me to be able to invest in the marijuana, invest in the commercial, invest in the real estate, I was the right person in the right place at the right time. I was ready to receive it. And then the O in the broke code is being obsessed, being obsessed with your success, whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you think might be within your reach. If you can see it in your eye, then you can achieve it in your hand. And I just really believe that you got to work for it, though. You got to eat, breathe, drink, sleep, think that thing that you want, whatever it is that you want, and you have to really go for it. The K is getting the knowledge that you need, the knowledge base, going to school, getting the training, attending workshops, listening to podcasts, listening to whatever you need to do to build yourself, getting the coaching. I have coaches. Lisa Nichols is one of my coaches and a good friend of mine. And she was on Oprah. And I remember Oprah asked her, how many coaches do you have? And she said, I have 2 coaches. And then she went to the commercial break and then she came back. She was like thinking, well, she didn't ask me, do I have a coach? She said, how many coaches do you have? And so she said, she asked Oprah on the next commercial break. She said, well, how many coaches do you have? And Oprah said, I have 4 coaches. So when you're trying to play at a level of excellence, you need to have people that you surround yourself with, that you're pouring into yourself, that you get in the knowledge base from, that can help you take you to the next level. You need that. And then the E is your economical status. It's making sure that you're investing your finances. It's making sure that you're not spending more than you make. It's making sure that you're, again, in a position that when opportunities present itself, you can take advantage of them. So that's breaking the broke code. So that's what it's all about.
Wow. That's powerful. You know what I thought the broke, I try to give it a go. I said, what does broke, what in manner she means that broke mean? I came up with being rich, obviously killing everybody.
Oh, I love it. We'll do that one too. We'll do that one too.
Because I know I heard one from somebody. I don't know if it was Dr. Boyce Watkins or someone else, but he uses the word poor, passing over opportunities repeatedly. So I like little acronyms because they're easy to remember and they kind of can generate a certain mindset, a new target mindset for you to achieve your own success.
For sure.
Now you did talk about cannabis investing. Are you on the front end or back of cannabis investing?
I am simply an investor. So I don't know anything about the operations. I'm an investor in a couple of different ways. I'm an investor in a dispensary and I'm an investor in some greenhouses. And so I just put the money in and get the money out. So that's the only thing I really know about that. But I believe,
you're mostly dealing in the back office of things.
Yeah, I'm just an investor. So I don't do any of the day-to-day stuff.
How did you go about investing inside of maybe a dispensary or a brick and mortar store? How did you go about doing that?
That was, again, that's the opportunity, right? That's being the right person in the right place at the right time. So, and that's with anything, cannabis or otherwise, being ready. I was intentional about wanting to invest in cannabis. I set the intention. I said, God, this is something I want to do. And I wanted to do it because what I know is that so many of our people were suffering. It's so many folks had gone to prison because of it. And now you have, of our people, Black and brown people, and then you have these white people who are taking advantage of it. And I just wanted to sit at the table. I just wanted to get a piece of the pie. And so when the opportunity was presented to me, it was just a phone call. Somebody said, I got an investment opportunity for you. And I said, how much of a check do I need to write? And that's kind of how it was, because I knew how important it was. And that's kind of, it was just being the right person in the right place at the right time. So a lot of times people want to get in cannabis, just get right. Just get your money right. So when opportunities do present themselves to you, you vet them and you can invest. That's what I say. So more than anything in the industry, just get yourself together so that you can be in a position to invest.
You mind if we backtrack just a little bit?
Sure.
Okay, so I remember you saying you bought your first home at 23. What was the catalyst to actually start building your wealth to put you in the position you are in now where you can write checks? Because you said that essentially you only have a public high school, a PhD, a public high school diploma.
Yes,
so do you have any other certifications or degrees, or you only did it with your current PhD?
Yeah, I just have my PhD. But the thing about it is I'm also obsessed with getting educated. So I've traveled extensively for years, going to conferences and trainings and being in leadership programs and doing all the things to pour into myself. So I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in my personal and professional development. So even though I don't have a degree, I still pour into myself because I believe that I am my biggest commodity and my biggest investment. So I believe that that's so necessary. I'm always at somebody's conference pre-COVID. I went from being an attendee at the conferences to actually speaking on stages at the conferences, which was, a great transition. But, I just believe in, you have to pour in yourself, whether you have a degree or not.
So what is your take on formal education? Because I know a lot of people have, like myself, I have 3 degrees, certifications, but thank God I don't have any student loans though.
Beautiful.
But how that student loans can essentially, evaporate your wealth. But a lot of times people believe that you need these degrees and or trade certifications to be successful. And I had a conversation with a buddy of mine quite some time ago. I did a video on it, how that a lot of real estate investors, a lot of them just have maybe a real estate license because they want to know about the business, but some of them even have that. They just bought a property. Essentially, either they flipped their property or they took the equity out of one property and bought another property. So what do you think as far as someone who's right out of high school and trying to navigate whether they should go to a formal education institution or start their own business and other forms of currency?
I think it depends on the person, really. I mean, I don't believe that you need only thing I think you need a college education for, honestly, is if you have some type of if you're going to a specialized workforce. So I was very clear that when I sent my daughter to college, and she just graduated from Hampton University a couple of months ago, I knew I was sending her there not for the education, I knew I was sending her there because I sent her there for the experience, for the networking, for the opportunity for her growth. That's it. I was very clear about that. I was like, you know, if she's not going to be a doctor, a lawyer, if she's not going to be an engineer, and she's kind of going to school for marketing, she learned more in marketing in the last few months working with me than she learned the whole 4 years in college. So I don't believe that it's necessary, but my kids is going because it's something that I always wanted to do, you know. And if I pay for it, I'm like, hey, I got undergrad, but you on your own for grad school, y'all. That's on you. If that's what you want to do, you can go. And she wants to go to law school.
Do you believe that your path would have been easier if you would have went to college?
You know what? It would have been different. College is one that, you know how you have the one that got away? College was the one that got away for me, but it wasn't even about career. It was just about experience. I wanted to go to, I just want to go to an HBCU and get that Black college experience. That's the only thing I wanted. I would today, you know, a lot of my friends and my peers are going back to school. I'm like, y'all could have that. That's cool for you guys. I just wanted college for the experience. And I think I would have been successful whichever way I went, just because that has always been in my nature and something that I always wanted to do and be as successful since I was a child. But I really, you know, I got, and I could have graduated a whole year early from high school, and I was a straight A student and I was an honor student. I just had a lot of personal things. When I was 19, I was homeless. So there was a lot of personal things that happened in my life that prevented me from being able to go to college. But, that was the one thing that I regretted in my life, is just getting that experience.
Now, I want to talk about education through music. That's what I want to talk about, because that particular rap right there was very motivational for me. I listened to it a couple of times. I'm like, you know, she's on beat. She has some very good things to say. Because, you know, even Rick Ross, he kind of gives, Rick Ross and mostly Jay-Z gives financial motivation and you know, information through their rap songs. So I know you play the guitar. Do you do any other musical talents that you try to inform people through your music?
No, I do some spoken word sometimes. So like on my TikTok. So I had I have these great ideas and I get bored. So I was like, I'm gonna start doing TikToks. So
that's TikTok, yeah.
For a month or two, I started doing TikToks and they did good. Like a couple of them got 100,000 views and stuff. But I got some spoken word stuff on my TikTok where I talk about, you know, wealth and stocks or whatever. So I do some spoken word. It's not hard for me to write. So I could sit down and write something that's pretty cool. I think. So yeah, I just, you know, I'm kind of artsy. I just get these ideas and when I get them, I just go for them. So
when are you dropping your new album?
Yeah, right. You know, I got a couple of rapper friends. I had Warren G on my show a couple of Fridays ago. Not Friday, but last Friday. And I was like, hey, get me in the studio. You know, I got bars.
But I know that you're you know, you're trying to build your YouTube channel now. Your Instagram is on fire. And I know you're trying to build your YouTube channel as well. Yeah. I don't put a whole lot of time and energy and effort into it, unfortunately. So I just kind of, when I do my show, I just push it out on like the YouTube and the Facebook, and the Facebook page is I think I got 27,000. 27,000. Now I'm familiar with your YouTube channel. Guys who are watching, this is Constance Carter again, and this is her YouTube channel. The name of it is Nobody Works Harder Than Constance Carter.
Are those my stats?
Excuse me?
Those are my stats on my thing, or your stats on your thing?
Yeah, you know, maybe we're looking too far into it.
Is that my stats? Can you see my stats?
These are your actual stats. Yes.
Let me see what they look like.
Sure.
What system are you using?
This is YouTube.
How come you can see my stats? I can't see that.
You know, I'll tell you about it.
Okay.
I'll tell you off camera. How about that?
Yeah, let me know how to do that. Absolutely.
Okay, no problem. But this is her YouTube page, guys. Nobody works harder than Constance Carter. Some of her videos, she's done interviews with Dr. Boyce Walken, Warren G, to name a couple. So I see that you said, you know, you have. I'm not familiar with your Facebook page. Can you? What are some of the things you're doing on your Facebook page?
It's Nobody Works Harder Than Constance Carter is my Facebook page. Nobody works harder than Constance Carter, and just same stuff that's on Instagram is on Facebook. I just really, for the Facebook page, I just got into Instagram last year. So for the Facebook page, I, did a lot more. I've made millions of dollars on Facebook with my business. So I used to pay more attention to Facebook. And then somebody told me the stats about Instagram, like you could really do a lot better with Instagram because the demographic is different and you could sell more. So I just, I don't put as much effort and energy into it as it should because I'm a CEO. So I spend more time in cultivating and coaching my people more than I do my social media. But my daughter does my social media. And so the stuff that you'll see on there is stuff that she does unless I post something on there.
And then you're a multi-tier CEO because I know you have the Cannnabis Real Estate. And through Cannnabis Real Estate, you offer lending for home loans, correct?
I do. Have Carter Financial Solutions, which is our lending division. And we do loans throughout California. And we're getting approved in some other states, but we also do Texas, where you at. So if you need to refinance that VA loan, holla at me. But yeah, so we do lending as well. So we're in fact, one of my oldest agents that's been with me, not old in age, but she's been with me from day one. She's moving to Texas next week. And I just finished her loan last week. So I'm excited for her, but I'm going to miss her. And yeah, so we keep busy out there. We're the largest Black owned real estate firm in California.
I noticed that. And, you guys go by the regular standards of applying to a loan, the regular industry standards, or do you maybe offer lower interest loans to low income? How do you go about people applying for loans?
So same application process, right? But what the difference for us, and we're always beating everybody else's pricing, is because the way we're compensated, we don't get compensated as much as another lender because we do real estate. So we don't got to get rich off of one deal. So we're able to pass the savings over to our clients. So we do, like, if you compare us to anybody else, you'll see like when wait a minute, your rates are a lot lower. And that's the reason why, again, it's not about the onesie deals. It's about, really helping more than one, the transformational aspect of it.
Okay. So something definitely to look into. And guys, I know you just saw what I popped up. That was Cannnabis Real Estate. And we're going to move into your Carter Financial Solutions. Can you tell us more about that?
Oh, that's the lending division. That's the CFS mortgage. That's where we do the loan. So that's the thing I just mentioned.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're basically finding the perfect loan. These are two sister companies that you use here?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, they both belong to me.
They both belong to Constance Carter. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Now, one last thing I kind of want to get into is that you've been married for how long now?
23 years.
Now, I just want to have a take because a lot of times I talk about relationship when it comes to finances. How has important having a steady relationship through your wealth building rather than in and out of relationships or being single? Has it helped? Has it hindered?
Having that stability has definitely helped. Having kids, having somebody there to support, being able to, just do what I need to do, and having somebody there has been fruitful for my career. Like, you just have to have somebody that's on the same page as you that can really help and support whatever it is that you're doing. And so that's been the benefit for sure.
I totally understand. And I just want to pop up your Instagram again because Ms. Carter has a lot of links to her other social medias and also her website where you can contact her, whether it be for real estate or financial coaching. And last but not least, motivational speaking. You can actually request Constance Carter, the motivational speak. What are some of the things you actually inform and motivate people about during your speakings?
I just talk to people about life. And, I am a Black girl from San Jose. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, but, just to kind of take people through my journey and just motivating and helping them to understand and see the greatness within them what the possibilities are, and I still have a ways to go on my own journey, in success in life. I have not stopped, but just to see how far I've come and the things that I have, like one of the things that I do, like you didn't mention, but I have a co-working space. And if you look on Instagram, go to the co-op spot. That's a beautiful co-working space where I'm able to just have business owners and entrepreneurs. It's an incubator for people to come and connect. It is the hub of Black excellence, and it's a beautiful space. We have an auditorium for our events, and we have classrooms, and we have a studio where we can do podcasts and photography and media, and then we have desks, and we have a little ping pong area. So those are the things that I really like doing, and just inspiring people.
So just networking everyone together.
Absolutely.
The co-op spot. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And do you promote other businesses through that co-op spot as well?
Absolutely, we do. And then we also nurture and we train as well. So we have different events inside there that our members can access if they want to build their business. It's just a great incubator for people who are up and coming. And I like to see those young people who are innovative, who really need a push, and who really want to be around like-minded people. It's just a great space for that.
Wow. I know I said last but not least, this is one more thing. But I love some of your books that you have really gotten into. The Secret to Breaking the Broke Code, we went over that as well. Is this one of your books, The Modern Blueprint for Successful Women?
Oh yeah, one. That's the first. No, that's the second book we wrote. I wrote this book with my girlfriends. It's called One. We must overcome obstacles, never give up to have your best year ever. And it's me and two of my girlfriends. And we're just kind of talking about our journeys and how we've overcome certain obstacles to get to where we were. We wrote this a few years ago. And then I have this one. Yes, one. And then I have Keeping Score.
Keeping Score. Okay. Can you tell us a little bit more about Keeping Score?
Yeah, that one is a credit book. Easy to read, but it's helped thousands of people. It's a bestseller, great reviews, changed thousands of people's lives. That, and then I have a workbook too called Build Credit to Build Wealth. And so that there is a workbook that'll give you the step-by-step on how to really increase your credit score. So yeah.
Now you said earlier that you had a credit score that was 379, and I believe the lowest it goes is around 350.
Yes, sir. I was almost at the lowest of the low.
How did you assist your credit score going in the opposite direction?
I became a certified credit expert. I took training, I took classes, and I learned. And then I started helping other people. And then everybody wanted me there. And somebody said, you should write a book. So I wrote a book, and then it became a bestseller, and then it's helped thousands of people. So I just try to use, again, the things that I've been through, my hardship, as a blueprint so that I can help other people to be able to get to where they need to be.
So can you just name a couple of things that actually got your credit score down to 379?
Bankruptcy.
Okay, well, what occurred, if you don't mind, I know it's personal, but what's some of the things that got you to be bankrupt?
Having too much debt, I'll just get another thing and another and another. And it just accumulated. And I was, paying out $15,000 to $20,000 a month in stuff. And I didn't have enough money to pay for it. I had a baby in 2008, and then I didn't have any insurance. So that was like $20,000, and I had these credit cards that I had maxed out. And I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy.
Okay. So what are some of the things we should look out in the future for you?
Let's see. I am still, I have a show that comes on Fly Nubian Queen, Dr. Boyce. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Nobody works harder than Constance Carter. And everything that I push out, I try to push it out on my YouTube channel. I haven't, I'm cultivating it. I'm building it up, but I haven't really pushed it in the way that, I'd like to. Still doing the shows. I do a conversation with Constance. It's where I interview celebrities, and those will just be fun, like hot topic type interviews, and just the real estate stuff. I'm getting ready to do a reality show too, where I'm helping somebody with their credit challenge.
Are you producing it yourself?
Yeah, it's going to be self-produced, but I have some really good sponsors that are helping out as well. So, so just, I'm all over the place, just trying to see how I could just help and pour into people and help them in any way that they can to change their life. Okay.
Now, is there anything else that you would like to cover or go over or tell people about your social media?
Yeah, just, again, follow me on Instagram. I am Constance Carter. Subscribe to my YouTube page. Nobody works harder than Constance Carter. Follow me on Facebook. nobody works harder than Constance Carter. And, just join the conversation. I would love to talk to you. If you guys have questions on anything, I'm happy to answer. And I'm happy just to be a resource or an ear if you need me.
And that is the interview with Constance Carter. Thank you so much, young lady, for taking this interview, especially on short notice.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for your professionalism. I thank you. This is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired. And just to end this on a really light note, because we're going to stay around and give you that information, I promise. We're going to end this on a really good note. You know what I'm going to end it on too, don't you?
What's that?
You know
yeah, it's CC, CEO. Wanna change your life? Come see me, yo. I'ma teach you how to build up wealth for your family, not just for yourself. I'm a bestseller, a house flipper, a businesswoman, a go-getter, a big investor, a gold builder. I can teach you to get richer like millions, baby. You really about to fill your savings. You about to have multiple streams to pass your children, baby. Let me teach you to get your credit on track in the long run. You'll make it all back at Catalyst and watch it all psychology black on firm, but we ain't all black.
Your two, and your two. Then we got you. Yeah, we got you. Yeah, we got you. If you got your two, and your two, then we got you. Yeah, we got you. 2 years taxes, 2 months bank.